Howdy, everybody. Man, I tell you, I've never been so happy to see a return in my whole life. Right here is a return of a Stephen, I think they called him Stephen, or maybe Steve Winwood at the time, and Eric Clapton. It's a live performance at Madison Square Garden. That's not why I wanted it back. It was a sealed copy of it, which made it more valuable. Now, I'm not talking hundreds of dollars. I think it sold, I think I took an offer, I was selling it for $30. I think I took an offer of $25. But the customer, sorry, I'm looking at my computer because I'm making sure I can see everything that I want to show you at the same time. The customer, when they bought it, now normally when I sell a DVD, I just stick it in one of these bubble mailers, and I've sold thousands of DVD, Blu-rays, all that stuff. And I put it in a bubble mailer, and it reads to the customers just fine. But the customer had a buyer's note. You know what I'm talking about, the little yellow thing. And it says, please make sure it is factory sealed in a shrink wrap. No cut in UPC. I'll mention that in a minute. And the disc not loose inside the case before shipping. Thanks in advance for a great protective of this very fragile item. I put it in a box. Well, I made a box. I think this was a 864 box, and I cut it down to fit. And I did it, because I know if you just stick it in a bubble mailer, they're going to gripe and complain. But anyway, the guy's a third-party shipper because I don't even think he's seen it by the emails I got when he wanted it returned. Now, the reason he wanted it returned, that's the catcher. That's the reason I wanted it back. Let me get to my messages. There we go. Let's see. Now, mind you, if you've been with me for a while, you know I sell a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays. A lot of my personal collection. And that, trying to think what's the seller's, anyway, let's just do it this way. The item details of why they wanted to return it. Return details. Guess what it is? I'll give you a few seconds. Yep. Item not as described. Return reason does not match description or photos. Remember the word photos. I received the DVD. Thanks a lot. But there's a big cut in the UPC, and it's not gift quality. I can't keep it. Item is still unopened. Thanks in advance for your help and understanding in the return process. And he shows a picture of you can see the slit in the UPC. Now, yes, twice, once in asking for the return, and when he sent the buyer's note, he said something about the cut in the UPC. Now, what I want to show you here, if I can get back to it, let's take a look at the pictures that I associated with the description. Especially picture number, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Does anybody see that scratch in the DVD? Here, let me enlighten it for you. See that scratch? You know what that scratch is? That's the scratch that was on it when I listed it. This goes back to show you, people do not read your description nor look at all your pictures or even ask you questions. So anyway, now we will open said package, which there's another thing that ticked me off. So I have my stuff delivered to a UPS-like store around the corner from my house. And I had my emails turned on because I noticed it was out for delivery today. And they get there between 2 and 6 o'clock at night. It's usually random and it's usually right as they close. So, but anyway, I saw it, I went up there and I got it. As you see, I even put fragile stickers on it. I don't want to show both sides. Now, do y'all see the way it's folded here? This ticked me off. Wanted me to be so careful with it, but yet he didn't even bother taping it up. Okay. Still in bubble wrap. Still unopened, and look. It's a scratch in the DV case. Now, this is usually done from the factory. And what it is, there's the cover. Hey, Steve. It's usually done by the factory, and it's because it's a promotional deal, usually is what it is. Here's the thing. I'm a top rated seller. Some of you know where I'm going with this. Shipping of a under 1 pound medium mail item is $3.65 each way. Now, yes, I had free shipping for the buyer, but considering they lied on their return to get me to pay for the return shipping of something that was already pictured and they should have known about, I'm going to charge them $7.30 for shipping. And I'm not returning that of the $25. So basically almost half, less than half, but you get my point. And it's because the customer lied to get a free return shipping. Now, had they had just told the truth and paid for the return shipping, I'd give them full refund. But since you're returning it in the same condition that it was pictured and let's just see what this description says. And I talk about what it is. Let's see. Okay, I just say it's new and sealed. Okay, maybe I should have listed barcode has cut mark. But as I showed you distinctively in picture 4, and he said in his description it was not as described or photoed. It was as described as photoed. Therefore, he lied to get a free return. Let this be a lesson to all eBay sellers that as a top-rated seller, you can hold back funds. I saw someone do it, and a few days later, eBay is a coward. With the person I saw, he did the same thing. Sorry, my sinuses again. And eBay, because whenever you hold back even just one part of shipping, they can appeal the case because they feel they've been wronged. And in this case, that's what happened. The person that had purchased the item filed a case, and here's where eBay's a coward. eBay said, well, we gave the customer their money back, no thing toward you. In other words, the seller kept the money that he kept from the buyer, but eBay gave the buyer back his money anyway. Now, I'm not here to tell you eBay how to do things, but one, you made yourself look bad. And two, you're not standing behind your sellers. There's probably even another one there, but I'm not going to go into it. I've already got a 10-minute video on unpacking something. So I'm going to get to the returning this. If there's any follow-ups, follow me on Instagram. Y'all have a good one. Like and subscribe.